Hello again, y'all. It's Miss Dolkey. Today on this lesson is going to be about geometry. I'm going to start with two-dimensional objects and I'm going to go up through the three-dimensional objects. So for kindergarten kids, if y'all just want to watch the first part of this, that'll be great. If you want to watch the whole thing, that's fine too. I just hope I don't bore you too much. Okay. A two-dimensional object has length and width, or some people say length and height, and then the third dimension is the width. So yeah, I said it wrong, but that's okay. I make mistakes all the time. Okay, so length and height are the two-dimension attributes. Okay, so we have a handy dandy circle. We have a square. We have triangle. And we have a rectangle. And then we have, I always throw this one in, we have an oval. Okay. Now, one of the assignments said to go around the house and look for things that are that you can find with the geometric shapes. Boy, I guess I must need to stop for a minute because I'm getting all tongue-tied. Sorry about that. So you're supposed to find things around the house that you can identify the geometric shape on. For example, my coffee pot. Right there, the side of it is a what? Yeah, a rectangle. Okay. So that's what you're going to do, is you're going to go around the house. It's really easy, and find things that are shaped like your different shapes you've been studying. Okay. Uh-oh. I was going to show them and they're all backwards. Oh, well. Now, I'm going to tell you a couple of things about the square and the rectangle. Okay. A square is called a square because it has four equal sides. Okay. It has four equal sides. That's the definition of a square. It has four straight equal sides. Okay. Now, the definition of a rectangle is that it has two opposite sides that are longer and equal in length than the other two sides. See, these sides are shorter, these sides are longer. So this is a rectangle. Now, here's something that blew my mind the first time I heard it. A rectangle cannot be a square because the definition of a square is that it has four equal sides, and a rectangle doesn't have that. So a rectangle cannot be a square, but a square can be considered a rectangle. Did you know that? I didn't for a long time. So if you look, because the definition for a rectangle is that the opposite sides are equal in length. So let's look at that square. Is that side equal to this side down here, the top equal to the bottom? Yes, it is. Is this side equal to that side? Yes, it is. So technically, it meets the definition of a rectangle. So a square can be called a rectangle, but a rectangle cannot be a square. Okay, I thought that was a neat little fact. Now, I'm going to show you some more shapes, and I'm going to show you some two-dimensional shapes and some three-dimensional shapes. I will go ahead and let's see. I want to go over this one. This is the circle, right? It's flat. It's like a piece, kind of cut it out and just be a piece of paper cut in a circle. So two-dimensional shapes are easy to hold, but three-dimensional shapes, you have to be a little bit more careful because this is a three-dimensional shape. Let's see if you can see it better here. This is called a sphere, okay? It's a ball, all right? You go out and play ball. A ball is a sphere. It's a three-dimensional shape. Now, do you see the difference between this two-dimensional shape and the three-dimensional shape? It takes a little more work to hold the three-dimensional shape than it does the two-dimensional shape. So not only does the ball have height and length, it's fat. It has width, okay? It has width to it. There's the wide part. So here's the tall part, the height. Here's the length going across. And then that's the width. Okay, so three-dimensional objects are fat and two-dimensional objects are skinny. Maybe that'll help you remember a little bit. Okay, so let's go on with this. I'm going to show you a few more shapes on paper and a little manipulative. This is a diamond. It can also be called a rhombus because when you turn it on its side, it looks like a squished box. Okay, so diamond this way, squished box, rhombus. Okay, now I'll try to hurry up so this video doesn't get too long. This is called a trapezoid. So here's the paper version, here's the link. The definition of a trapezoid is that the top is shorter than the bottom, or it could be upside down and say the bottom is shorter than the top. Doesn't matter. One edge is shorter than the other edge. How's that? Or one side is shorter than the other side. And then the opposite two sides are equal in length and they're slanted. If they went straight up, both of them, it wouldn't be a rhombus. I'm sorry, wouldn't be a trapezoid anymore. It would be a square. So the sides are diagonal. One side is shorter than the other side. That's a rhombus. I did it again. Trapezoid. That's a trapezoid. This is a six-sided figure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's called a hexagon. A hexagon. Hexa means six, and so it's a six-sided figure, a hexagon. Here's a picture of a rhombus. Remember the squished box that I told you? And there's another piece that's shaped like it. Okay? There's the boxes. That is it squished? No. This is a rhombus. Has the squished box look. Okay, let's see. I've got some more. No, I don't. Thought I might have some more 2D shapes to show you. Oh, I do. I do. This one has 8 sides. You know that creature that lives in the ocean and kind of scary looking? Sometimes they're in movies. It has 8 long arms with a bunch of little sucky things on them, sticky things. That's called an octopus. Octo means 8. And so this is an 8-sided figure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can you think of something in real life that looks like this? I bet you can. I bet. What if I told you it's red and has the word stop on it? That's a stop sign. It is in the shape of an octagon. Okay. Now I'm going to throw a little freebie in here just so I can say that I used all my cards. This looks like a circle, doesn't it? Except it's just half. This is just half. It's half of a sphere, so it's called a hemisphere. Sorry, hemisphere. Hemi means half, so this is 1/2 of a sphere, a hemisphere. You'll probably never have to do anything with it. That's just a bonus. Okay, now we're going to move on to 3D shapes. Remember, I told you that a 3D shape has length, and height, and the 3D shape also has width to it. Okay, also has width. This card is a 2D shape. The picture on the card is a 3D shape. It's a cube. Okay, it's a cube. It has the height, it has the length, and the side going back right there, that's the width. This one is fat. This one is skinny. All right, there you go. A cube. Oh, by the way, what shape are these faces in? Cute little turtle. What shape are the faces in? All of them? It's a square. So a 2D shape and a cube are similar because they both have a square shape. Okay, they're similar. Similar means that they look alike, but not everything is exactly the same. They're close together in the way they look. Okay, now that was my handy dandy little cube. All right, I did the 6-sided shape. This is a triangular prism. A prism is a 3D object that is a solid figure. Now, look at the top. You see that triangle right there? There's one on the bottom too. You just can't really see it. And then that's 2 faces that have triangles. Then the other 3, 1, 2, and the one way back there that you can't see, those are all rectangular faces, or some of them are square faces. Like this one has square sides. Okay, there's 3 of them. And then it has 2 triangular faces. That is the definition of a triangular pyramid. Okay. Now, there is such a thing called a pyramid. Maybe you've seen them on TV, watching about the ancient Egyptians and stuff. So here's a pyramid. That's kind of an interesting thing. A pyramid has a flat bottom and a pointy top. Okay? Otherwise, it would be just a cube or a rectangular prism, something like that. But this is a square pyramid because it has 4 sides. It has a square bottom, and then it has its 4 sides. And these sides are shaped like triangles. Okay, so this is a square pyramid. I have another pyramid that has a flat bottom and a pointy top, but look at the bottom of it, this one. It's a triangle. Instead of a square, it's a triangle. So this one is called a triangular pyramid. A triangular pyramid. All four faces are shaped like triangles. Okay, now I've shown you the sphere. Okay, when you see this, I hope this will come out without a glare. You see those little, there it is, those little dotted lines in there? That's done to show you that it has the fatness to it. It has the width to it. It's kind of hard to draw a ball to make it look like a 3D object. Sometimes you might find a couple of little lines over here that they've drawn. So if you see that or see something like this, that means that it is a sphere. It is not a flat object. It is a sphere. Okay. A rectangular prism. Okay, remember the rectangle has two long sides that are opposite of each other and two short sides that are opposite of each other. So here's an example. Okay. Another example might be a suitcase. It's a lot of times they look like rectangles, or maybe a briefcase. If your parents have a hard shell briefcase, that would look like a rectangular prism. I'll go into counting these edges and vertices on another video. I just wanted to reintroduce all the different shapes and make sure y'all remember the differences. Okay. Now this one, I'm going to turn it that way because I want what goes in it. Ice cream. Okay. So this is a cone. Doesn't matter which way you look at it. It has a flat bottom. Now you see those little dotted lines right there? That shows the bottom that you can't see when you're just looking at it. So a cone has a flat bottom. It has a pointy tip. But you might wonder what's the difference between a cone and a pyramid? Because they both have flat bottoms. Let's see if I can get these in here. They both have flat bottoms and pointy tips, but if you look at the cone, it doesn't have any straight, flat sides, okay, or faces. It's round. If I put it down on the table, it would roll around and around and around, okay, kind of like a top where you put the point on the ground and there's a string wrapped around it and you pull it. That's a top. So it is in the shape of a cone. A cone has one face and it's round. Then it doesn't have any sides because there's none of them that are straight or flat, but it does have the point at the top. Okay. I think I've about gone over all of them. Yeah. The one I haven't done is the cylinder. Cylinder, it looks like a rectangle, only it has a flat top and a flat bottom that are round. Okay. A cylinder has round top and bottom and straight sides. Now, sorry, I need a drink. It's just water though, I promise. My mouth is getting really dry. I forgot what I was going to. Oh, yeah. You need to, one of your assignments is to go around the house and find the objects and the shapes. So I just did a little bit of looking around. I didn't have to work very hard to do it because there's a ton of shapes out there. So just to show you, my coffee cup, it's a cylinder. It has The round sides has a flat top and a flat bottom. It's a cylinder. Uh-oh, I just dropped one of my props and it broke on the floor. It was an egg. Oh well. Here's the cube. Okay. Remember, that's the one that has all the sides that look like squares. I found another cylinder. This is my pepper shaker. So this is another cylinder. This is an egg shape. Okay, it's an egg shape, which is the 2D part of that is the oval. So this is a 3D oval. It's an egg shape. All these wonderful markers that we use, they're cylinders. They've got a flat top, flat bottom, and a round body. Okay. Oh, and look at this. My frying pan. It's a circle. See? But it's 3D because it has some width and height to it as well as the length. So there's my 3D circle, my frying pan. A piece of paper like this, that's a rectangle. This is 2D. But look at this, my butter dish. This is a rectangular prism because it has the length, it has the height, and when I turn it this way, you can see the width on it. So this is a rectangular prism. Cell phones, rectangular prism. Windows in the house, some of them could be squares, some of them could be rectangles. The bottom of my cabinets right there. Whoop, there it is. You see that? That's a rectangle. So there's shapes all over your house. So have fun finding them. I will talk a little bit later about how to count edges and vertices and faces. Y'all have a great day. Go outside and play, and I will talk to you next time. Thank you. Don't forget to read.